Hi everyone. I wanted to do a really quick video talking about another student question. This is a really good one. This has to do with I think it effectively has to do with why we sometimes write the equation of a circle in strange ways. Okay. Okay. So the question basically said the student was in this example that we're given here. If we're looking to find the center and the radius of this circle, why do we need to um, write this equation in kind of a weird way in order to see that? Okay. So if you recall, the standard form of a circle is given by x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. And our goal here is to find the center and the radius, or the center is given by hk, where h is the x component and k is the y component, and the radius is just r. Okay, so the idea is we want to make this equation look as close to this equation as we possibly can. Okay, so in order to do that, let's see if we can transform everything in the above equation to make it look exactly like this. So first, we can note that x plus 3 is equal to x minus a negative 3. Okay, and that observation will make it much easier for us to write x plus 3 in the form of x minus h. So we can rewrite the first part of this as x minus a negative 3 squared. And then the second part, we have y minus k. Here we have y minus 1, so k would be 1. We can just leave that alone. We have y minus 1 squared, and this is equal to 16. Okay, the square root of 16 is 4, so we can write this as 4 squared. Okay, so in this case, we have the radius of 4, and we have a center of negative 3, 1. Okay, because here h equals negative 3, okay, and k is equal to 1. And the second part of this has to do with graphing, one of these equations. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a little crude graph here. It's not going to be perfect, but yeah, you'll get the idea. Okay, so we can. I think this ought to be good. All right, so if you're going to graph one of these, okay, um, there are a couple ways we can approach this. Well, I guess there's really only one. I don't know why I said there's a couple, but there's a way we can approach this. It's really pretty straightforward, right? You find the center of the circle, so we can go to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, and we can go up 1. So there we have our center. Okay, so this is the center. All right. And we have a radius of 4. Now, if I were you, I would just go directly up 4, or directly to the right, or directly to the left 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, look about like that. And then if you want, this is going to be very crude, but you can just draw a circle in that fashion that's going to have a radius of 4. As long as you somehow on a test convey to me that, like, oh, this is our radius here, and it roughly looks like a circle. On a test, I wouldn't count this off. This is fine, even if it's not perfectly drawn. It's impossible to draw a perfect circle, so I'm not looking to be picky about it. I'm way more concerned that you know how to graph it than I would be that you can draw a perfect circle. But the second part of the question specifically would be how do you graph this in the case where maybe the radius isn't a nice clean number. Maybe it's a irrational number, like the square root of 5 or something. Okay, if you have the square root of 5, well, first of all, I don't think I would give you something like that on a test. I haven't seen the final yet. It's written by the math department, so I can't guarantee that they wouldn't. But if they did, what I would tell you is just plug that number into your calculator and see what that number is, and then you can graph it much the same way we did here. Let's say it was a square root of 5. That comes out to like, I think it's 2.236-ish, right? It goes on indefinitely. But in that case, you would just, instead of doing that, you would just draw it like 1, 2, and go a little past to say it's like 2.23. And then you would label it the same kind of way. I have a sneaking suspicion they wouldn't ask that of you. I certainly would not on the midterm. But if Alex does for some reason, I don't think they do. I haven't seen any assignments yet that require you to graph it. If you do and that comes up, let me know if there's any issues. But there should be a way for them to for you to graph it somewhat easily there. And yeah. So if you're having any trouble with like having weird radiuses or anything, just let me know and I can try and help you out with graphing it. So, but hope this video was of some help to at least one person. But yeah, if you have any other questions at all, feel free to email me and I will try to answer your question at least to the best of my ability. Have a good one.